Howdy folks, Dalton here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're 20% done with the Czech route bush trip. I think we're going to do legs 4, 5, and 6. I mean 3, 4, and 5. We're going to do 3 legs today based on the timing of the legs. So I assume you're going to watch the first video, so that's all the introduction you get. Let's get going. Leg 3, 4, and 5. Alright, first thing we're going to do is pop outside and have a look around and see what it looks like. Where do they put us? We're in the middle of the runway. No, we're at the end. Okay. We will stay there. Oh, we're on the other runway. We landed on that one. Okay, I guess we'll take off from this one. It's plenty long. Look around at the beautiful terrain. We came over the mountains from that direction. And we're going to fly away from the mountains and head that direction alongside of them, I think. So that's the plan. We got flaps down, one set of flaps down, repair and refuel, already did that for us. And let's zoom out a little bit so we can get a more full picture of what we're doing. Where are we headed? We're headed to Mike Hotel? No, we're headed to Hotel Kilo, which is right here. We're headed there. So just kind of straight route here along the base of the mountains, pretty straightforward. I assume you've seen leg 1, so you know how this works. I mean, the first video, legs 1 and 2, so you know how this works. But if you don't, we're going to fly along. We're using GPS because we can. Because why not? Work smarter and not harder, right? We have navigated in all possible ways. We do know what we're doing. We have nothing to prove to anybody. We use autopilots. We can look around. There's no weather to consider in this bush trip, which is kind of nice because the Danube bush trip was insane. And I condensed the sightseeing so that you see everything, but you don't have to sit through everything. So 3 legs. Stop wasting time, turtle. We're going to take off and set a course to the west and fly over the town of Sumpek and gain a visual on Oslany. So we're going to go over a town and look at the next town. And then from there, we're going to adjust course slightly, and then we're going to gain a visual of another couple towns or another town in the distance that lies at the intersection of a rail line and motorway 11. Pass to the south, lies by another town and more rail lines. Okay, so we're looking for a small town. Then look for a bunch of towns that are along rail lines and a tributary of one of the major rivers. And then we'll keep going, get another visual of another town, the foothills with hiking and mountain views. So bunch of towns, bunch of rail lines, foothills of the mountains, and then we'll read about the next 2 things together. So there you go. There's your introduction. Let me get comfortable in my chair. We will use autopilot. Let's go to 6,000 again. That seemed to work. So we'll get in the air and then we'll set up autopilot. Seems to work better that way. And that's a weird sound on my phone. Never heard that before. Let me see what that is. Alrighty, where was I? I know my phone had a weird alert. It was like from the Nintendo Switch or something, which we don't use anymore. So it's like, you've not used your Nintendo. Anyway, I went up, talked to my kids, and now I'm back, and I try to remember what I was doing. We were going to take off. Oh, we read about stuff. We're going to look at some towns and rail lines and mountain views. That's what it is. We're going to set up autopilot once we're in the air. Flaps are down, parking brake is off, comfortable in my chair, and let's go. And we'll see how this goes here. And hopefully remember that we have reversers when we land this time. It's very helpful. Man, these rudders are ultra sensitive on this thing for some reason. We still have runway left, don't worry. Lots of runway left. There you go, brakes to stop the wheels, flaps coming up. And we'll turn around here in a moment and follow the GPS. Oh no, GPS is not right. GPS is not right. We do not want to go that way. We want to go the way we're headed. So what we'll need to do, so you need to use heading bug, which is totally okay. So we still have a stripe though to follow. That is perfectly fine with me. Alright, we are going to go over those hills, so we do need to make sure we're climbing. So let's do heading bug, engage autopilot, vertical speed, 1,300 feet per minute. There we go. So we use heading bug to stay on track. Vertical speed will bring us to 6,000 feet. That should be plenty high. And we'll just, adjust the heading bug here to stay on the line. Pretty easy. Alrighty. We're right about what we're doing, and you have probably seen the first video, so you know how this works. If not, you're going to find out how it works right now. So sightseeing until we get to our town, to the rail lines, and then I'll join you again and read about what's next. Oh boy, look at that. Whoop, and we lost it. See you in a minute. Alright, we're along the foothills, and there's a town up there somewhere, and we'll be coming over to our runway soon, so let's get our presets right. Let's come down to 4,000 feet. Whoa, not negative. What? Let's see here. Let's go to 35 actually, and let's do vertical speed down. I've never done it this way on this autopilot, but it should be pretty straightforward. And we'll be turning a little bit to the left. So in the meantime, let's read about what next greatest thing is going to happen. We're going to go slightly to the south, I guess southish, at Van Burk, which we're about to go over right now, right there. And follow the corridor motorway 11, which is probably right here. Gain a visual on a few small cities and the banks of the Orless River. Maybe that's up there. I don't know. And then we're going to adjust course and parallel the motorway, gain a visual of the city of that thing, which is part of the historic Czech region of Bohemia. Sight the airport to the north of the city. So visual on a river, but there's a city there, and then the airport. Pretty straightforward, I think. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's see if we want to go this way. Yeah. Alrighty. Easy peasy, squeezing lemons. Alrighty, are we still coming down? We are still coming down. Awesome. I don't know what airport elevation is, so let's look it up quickly. Come on, right there. We want the airport. 793 feet. So if we want to be 1,500 above, 3,500 feet should be good until we get there. Okay, cool. Alrighty, I'm going to keep navigating us, and as soon as we get to this airport, in sight anyway, I'll jump back with you and we'll land this thing. Alright, we're about to make our final adjustment here to the northish, I guess. Oops, go like this, and then we'll look for this airport. Up by the river, by the water. I don't see rivers or waters yet. Wait for it to render in, I guess. And then we'll land. Very pretty, though. Beautiful. Not the best scenery we've seen. Of course, they're at the mercy of the data fed to them. The AutoGen does an amazing job. It's just, it needs to be fed the right other data for it to look even better. So I already picked up some ground turbulence now. We're going really fast. That's okay. As soon as I see this airport, we're going to land at it. Where is it? Still don't see an airport, but I do see the water and everything. So the airport should be like right in here, right? Because it's right next to the water. Or right before the water. Well, there it is. Okay, cool. So we're going way too fast. Way too high. Story of my life. Not really, but... we're not really too fast, too high either. Okay, so let's see. A little bit of wind. Well, ooh, that's more wind than before. So let's come around from the other side. Unless the wind changes. But let's plan on a left traffic pattern here. And why are my rudder wires wrapped around my foot? What the heck happened? Anyway, we'll worry about that later. So let's see. We'll still do... Yeah, we got 2 more legs to do in this video, don't we? Right? I think so. Yep. Okay. Because I took my break to help my children a little bit ago. I'm kind of thrown off how long I've been at this. So enjoy the scenery here. Yeah, then we'll get 3 legs in. Alright, the wind did calm down, so it is kind of negligible. So we could probably land from this direction. 3 knots, I mean, you always want to land into the wind if you can, but it's only 3 knots, so we're just going to land from the side. So first set of flaps down, and second set of flaps, yep, 2 sets. And let's drop this thing like a rock. Although this does not want to drop like a rock. This thing wants to fly. It does not want to land ever. It just wants to fly, fly, fly. But here we go, pretty straightforward. Ground landing can only be better than the last one. That last one was pretty bad, but that's okay. And we do our reversers, but we're not going to need them, but we will use them because I like to use them. I just forget my reverser switch on my yoke every single time. 3 knot tailwinds, so yeah, do not do this at home. Fly from the other way. Land from the other way, that's what we should do. Alright, let's stay just above stall here. Come on. There we go. Pretty straightforward. We'll come down steep, then level off because it's a tail dragger. And then we'll ride it out as long as possible because we can. 1 bounce is acceptable even in real life. But of course you don't want to if you can help it. You don't need to worry about smacking into the ground and stopping on an instant. So here we go. Throttle's back now. Level off and ground effects. There we go. Get ready on the reverser switch. And we're down. Reversers and brakes. And there we go. And let go of the brake so we don't prop strike. And we should be good. Right? Please? Where's my save icon? There we go. Alrighty, 1 leg down, 2 to go. Let's keep on rolling here. Alright, aircraft have been refueled, and that was not my wire for my rudders. It was, my monitor power cable came out of its cable management. Alrighty, where are we headed here? Mike Hotel. And I think everything is going to be fine in terms of terrain. Yeah, oh yeah. So we'll stay at 3,500. No, 3,500 felt kind of low just now, didn't it? Let's go up to an even 4 grand. There we go. We will not touch autopilot till we're in the air because last time we touched it early in the previous video, it screwed us up. Looks like we're at the end of the runway, so we have nothing to worry about there. We got 2 set of flaps. We want 1 set of flaps. All right, let's read about what we're doing and continue. Lift off from the airport and set a course to the west. Fly over the river, the source of which lies to the northeast, and the giant mountains of Czechia and Poland on the Czech side. What? Yeah, there's the river and it goes into the giant mountains apparently, but we're going that way. Okie dokie. Goes along a rail line, because of course it does. This portion of the flight traverses the northern portion of the historic region of Bohemia. The region is characterized by rolling forested hills, many of which are protected areas Culturally, many of the towns and cities were influenced by Germans throughout the centuries. The far north of the region was once called Sudetenland, named after the Sudeten Mountains, a range that spans German, Poland, and Czechia. So we're going to fly along a rail line and enjoy the historic region of Bohemia. Let's add the next one in here too. Then we're going to change course. We'll go over the pastoral landscape, agricultural fields and strands of forest, gain a visual on the next river, and pass over the town of Kopitnlo, which lies on the banks of the Merlina River. Continue on course over a small town on the outskirts of the central portion of the historic region of Bohemia. So we're going to enjoy Bohemia for the next 15 minutes or so. And then when we get to the tiny town, I'll join you again and we'll read about what is left. So here we go, parking brake off, firewall, ready on the rudders this time because they're so touchy in this. And real pilots say that you can never get rudders in the sim to be like real life ever. It's just not possible no matter what you do with your settings. That's what they say anyway. Here we go. Upside daisy, brakes to stop the wheels. Level off to get some speed. And flaps coming in, and we will need to use heading bug, which is totally okay. Let's pay attention to what we're doing though. So let's climb and climb a bit faster than that. There we go. Flaps are in, yes. Good to go. And we'll keep turning here a little bit. And then once we do, we'll hit heading bug and then get autopilot going. Just because we can. And if we didn't have the GPS line, of course I would be able to navigate this myself. We have so many times. Nothing to prove. Here we go. Heading bug. Engage autopilot. Vertical speed. Vertical speed, please. Why won't it give me vertical speed? There we go, because I had the wrong thing pushed. Oh dear. Let's not hit the ground. Come on. You can do it. 500 feet per minute. 1100 feet per minute. Will it handle it? Thank you. That wasn't very smooth. 4,000 feet will go, I think. Yeah. I mean, this is nice altitude too, but low too low. Check out the city. Alright. 15 minutes for me or so. Yeah, only a couple minutes for you. Enjoy the agriculture and the Bohemian landscape, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, hopefully you've been enjoying the Bohemian landscape as much as I have. It is quite beautiful. I like the patches of forest with little ponds like this. Surrounded by plains and agriculture. Especially this side. That's beautiful. Bunch of like leftover ponds from when there's a river perhaps. Lots of water because look at all the trees feeding everything. Wow, look at that. Or the trees being fed, however I said that, you know what I mean. Alrighty, so let's read about the last two things here. We're going to adjust course and gain a visual on the city of Malta, Boleslav lies along the river. and at the uplands of the country. So there's the river we're headed towards. Then after that, we're going to turn north and follow the motorway to the airport and land. And that will be our second leg, right? Yeah, this is our second leg. I lost track. I had to go help my family in for another 45 minutes. So this video that you're watching is taking me like 4 hours to make, which is fine. But it's just kind of funny that for you, it's only going to be like 45-minute video, 50-minute video. It's like 4 hours for me to make, but that's okay. Alright, so we're going to head towards this river and then land at the airport. I'll see you when it's time to figure out how to land this thing again. Alright, we're flying over the huge town that you just saw at the end of that sightseeing. Then we'll make a turn to the north, and then we'll look for an airport. And then we'll land at the airport. Can't be too far away once you make this turn. There's the save icon to tell us we're in the right spot. So let's turn and head this way. Enjoy the views as we make the turn. There's the motorway we're supposed to follow. It's supposed to lead us right to the airport. We'll see if that's really the case or not. Is that the airport right there already? I guess it could be. I don't know. We'll see here. Let me get this turn completed. I could back up and then see everything at once, maybe. There's the motorway. Still don't see the airport, though. But we need to find it. Around here somewhere. I mean, it was pretty significant in the preview image, right? Yeah. Maybe it's up here somewhere. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go a little bit to the left so that we can approach it from out here. Probably be easier to fly out here. Then we can look down the barrel and land. Let's do that. Okay, cool. Alrighty, well, there's the town again, and looking for an airport. And I believe that's it right there. Very cool. Okay, so we're lined up perfectly. So let's turn off autopilot. And turn off that, I think. No. Okay, whatever. And we'll land. So let's bring back throttle so we can descend a little bit. And should be pretty straightforward here, right? Enjoy some final views. And then we gotta focus on landing. And we'll do one more leg in this video, right? Because we already did the first leg. This is the second leg of this video. So one more, and then you have to subscribe so you know when the next legs drop. I think we'll do 3 in the next video, then 2 in the final video, based on how long the legs are supposed to be. Get some flaps out. Gears already down, of course. And then we'll keep slowing down. And we'll get full flap in a minute here. And this plane just does not want to land. It loves to fly. Oh my goodness. Tail dragger. So again, we'll come down steeply, level off. Be ready on the reversers. Whoa. Kind of windy here. What's our wind looking like? A little bit of a tailwind. Yeah, maybe we should land from the other way, but we're not going to. Alright. Pretty simple. My cat is meowing. My Maine Coon. My door was just open. And now it's closed. Look at those heels bumping up out there. And he's frustrated because he wants to wants to see me or get in my way. In fact, it's funny because the other day my wife was like, I heard you playing Minecraft. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? She's like, I heard your cat's meowing in Minecraft. And I'm like, no, I haven't played in a while. That was our real life cat. Because only two things she knows about Minecraft are cats and punching trees.
500.
Alright, here we go. We're getting a little slow, a little early, but that's okay. Let's pick up a little bit of speed here. And then we'll land. A little bit of crosswind from the right. Not as much as we would need to cause any problems, though. Already along threshold, so let's not land on the threshold. That's where those arrows are. And we'll aim for the numbers, which are quite a ways out. Here we go. Nice and easy. Turn on my personal volume so I can hear the reversers engage one at a time. And here we go, slowing down even more. And let's not land on the threshold. We're gonna land on the threshold. Oh, bummer. No, we're not. Nope. And we're past the threshold. Now, perfect. Engage reversers, brakes. Alright, we'll not get fined. Reversers in. And stop, please, even though it says do not land on this runway. See the big X? But that's what they want. Alright, repair and refuel is automatically done. Let's hop outside, and ooh, that's cool. They put us on the grass runway next to the runway with the X. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm glad they counted our landing. Very nice. Oh, interesting. So we came from there, and we're going to leave that direction. I think that's how we did this, isn't it? Yeah. No. We came from in front of us, and we're leaving the same way. Okay, whatever. Alrighty, where are we headed to now for the last leg of this video? Tango Echo. And we're changing countries or regions because the second character changed. Lima Kilo Tango Echo. Alrighty. Anything else? Yeah, let's set up autopilot. Actually, already go. 4,000 feet should be good. Well, maybe not. We might have some terrain. Let's check that out. I think we're headed to there. It's just behind the thing. Yeah. Yeah, let's bring this up 1,000 feet. There we go. Alrighty, flaps down 1. There we go. And there's read button. Yeah, let's make sure we're not forgetting anything here. Like I said, I've been stepping away a lot during this, so this video you're watching is like going on 5 hours on a weekend. I'm going to play Monopoly with my kids as soon as I land this plane, I think. Alrighty, Lake Matcha. Lift off and set a course. Fly over the lush forests. Then after that, what do we got? Turn to the west, passing over the foothills of the Ore Mountains, the bulk of which lie along the Czechia's German border. Gain a visual on a lake, which lies to the north of the town. Alrighty, so lush forest and a lake. We'll keep going here. After the lake, we'll gain a visual on a town. A couple towns, and a couple rivers. You can pause this and read in more detail if you like to. It's located on the central Bohemian uplands, characterized by distinct conical mountains that are volcanic in origin. So, forests, a lake, and then a bunch of towns, or a town where a bunch of rivers come together. And then we'll read about the rest of it together. So there we go. Parking brake off, hold the brake. Get this thing revved up. Oh. Get everything going here, I think. My yoke stuff was reversed. Looks good to me. Alright, cool. Everything is up there. Yeah, okay, good. Whoa, whoa. These rudders are nuts on this airplane. I guess we're going to use this right. Wow, that was crazy. Taking off? Yes, we are. Okie dokie. A little bit of crosswind, maybe. Brakes, stop the wheels, flaps coming up. And I do not believe GPS is correct. It is not, so we'll use the heading bug again, which is totally okay. Let's gain some altitude, please. There we go. And once we're lined up here, we'll hit the heading bug like this. And we'll do heading, autopilot, vertical speed, 1200, 1300, whatever. There we go. And why won't you go up? Hello? Hello? Why won't you climb? Because it's a negative 400 feet per minute. There we go. Interesting. I had to get out of here and come back to it, and now it's working. Okay, I'll remember that for next time. I'm going to follow the heading bug, which is what we want to do. We probably want to go a little bit more to the right. So there's our lush forest. There's our pond, apparently, and then where all rivers come together. And then we'll read about the rest when we get to this area. So enjoy some more sightseeing, and I'll see you then. Alright, our rivers are in view, so in just a moment we'll turn towards the rivers and let's read about what is next. We already talked about the rivers and the foot of the mountains and everything, and that's what we're about to do here. So after that it says turn northwest, so we're going to come towards rivers, toward this way, northwest, over the city, which is there, then pass over the river, which is there. And at 691 miles in length, the Elbe River is one of the Europe's major rivers. Its source is the El Meadow and Giant Mountains. So it comes up from here, I guess. A range that straddles the border. Okie dokie. It passes through northern Czechia and then traverses Germany and empties into the North Sea. So there we go. Let's move this like that so we can make a slight turn. And then this is talking about there. Then after that, we're going to maintain course and gain a visual on two large holding ponds, which are up here. So we're going to cross the river and then look for these. Pass over the river, yep. And the holding pond should reach a small village of Baistany. Oh, maybe these are the holding ponds. Hang on, let's zoom in a second. Yeah, there. Because we turn only a minute away. Yeah. So there's holding ponds. We're going to cross over these ponds in this town, and then we're going to turn left and land on another tiny grass airfield. Wish me luck. Oh boy. Let's see where what the elevation is for that. Come on, load. And elevation is 1,100 feet. Okay, keep that in mind. Otherwise, there we go. Some towns, river, another town, holding ponds, and the airport. And that'll conclude this video, as well as like 5. But you have to subscribe for the next ones, so you know when the rest of the bush trip is uploaded. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We still have a few turns we need to make. So we're going to get here to this water, and then we're going to turn to the north and head that way, go over these mountains. And no, not over those mountains. The airport's right here. We're going to turn this way, go through this valley towards the mountains, and then turn left and land at the airport. So hardly any time left for you, because I had done the sightseeing, and I'm going to take a couple minutes here and get us there, and we'll land safely in just a moment. Alright, out there somewhere is your airport. I'm thinking it's like right here, perhaps, which is where I pointed to originally. I could be wrong. Holy cow, that's beautiful. Not the best we've seen, but it's up there. You know, 8 out of 10 maybe now in this area. Not quite 10 out of 10. 8 out of 10 works for me. Alrighty. Whoop, we're going too much that way. Alright, got big ponds and some smaller ponds out here somewhere. So let's look for a runway. I'll have to see how this goes. I'm kind of nervous. Because our last grass landing in leg 2, I believe, didn't go so well. I mean, it was okay-ish. It didn't crash or anything, but could have been a lot better. Those towers right there in the middle. Could have gotten better. Hopefully this one will be okay. So let's see here. Let's turn off autopilot, actually. Let's start coming down a little bit. And give ourselves plenty of room and space to land. 5 nautical miles out or so. Okie dokie. We're going to stick to that GPS. But things are closer and faster than it looks. So how about this Y-shaped pond? That's there. So it's left of that. So is it right there? If it is, that's where I've been pointing the whole time. Although it could be there. Let me see. There's some brown around. It could be there or there. Maybe it's here. I don't know. I've been pointing in that area, so pretty good eyes. If that's the case, look at those cool towers right there. And the motorway underneath us. And let's keep an eye on our vitals here as we drop. Because we have to come down quite a bit. What are we at? Yeah, 3,600. We got to come down about 2,000 feet, right? It's 1,100. Yeah, 1,500 feet or so, which is fine. Or 2,500, whatever the math is on that. I still don't see it. I don't think. Maybe that is it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll come on a little bit more and then we'll move first set of flaps. And then we'll turn left and try to land somewhere. Somewhere that represents the airport. How about that? We'll try to be as close as we can. It's actually on a hill, it looks like, based on the terrain markings. Okay. So it's in this area. Somewhere. Because here's the hill, right? Please don't tell me it's that going straight downhill. It's not that. Okay, here we go. Full flap, coming in. We'll come in steep, level off, land. But we don't want to gain speed as we come down either, so. Alrighty, it's probably right in here somewhere, which means we're way too high. Is it there? I am slipping it. You can see how we're coming down very quickly. No. I don't think it's that. We're supposed to see a brown patch. It says we're aiming right for it. It has to be over these hills. We have a little ways to go yet. So let's bring up the speed a little bit. We're getting kind of slow. Getting kind of low too. If you get too low, you can't see anything. It's in a green patch with brown around it. I mean, that describes everything here, doesn't it? Well, we'll do the best we can here. Keeping our speed nice and low. Of course, we would normally, in real life, do an inspection pass. Since we've never landed here before, and we don't tell me because we don't know the area, so we wouldn't be landing on the first go anyway. Since we're pretty much right over it, is it this here? I think it's that, or is it this here? It's either this or it's that. Let's look at a reference image. Look at that big patch of brown. It's okay. It's this right under the nose. See the markings right there? Okay, cool. Which way is the wind going? Should be a nice headwind, so let's turn around steeply. And then we'll land right there. See it? Okie dokie. Here we go. Keep our speed the way it is. Enjoy the scenery for a second, because we have to turn around anyway. And then that'll be the end of it. So here we go. Turning back, hopefully get myself enough room. Very steep turn, as long as we don't overstress the aircraft, we'll be fine. We don't want to lose too much altitude until we have a visual. Nice roundabout. Keep turning around. Hopefully I'm giving myself enough space. You should see it any second now. Oh boy, it's on this hill. I told you it was on a hill. And I think we're below it. I think we're looking at it, but we're below it. Because we're on a hill. Oh boy. Where did it go? It's right in front of us. So sweet. Except I can't tell what side. It's over here. Okay, here we go. Things just got real. Oh boy, this is a short runway. And their speed is good. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. Don't bounce it. Don't bounce it. Don't bounce. And we'll engage reversers in a second. We're down. No. Reversers. Reversers. Nope. Reversers not engaged. Flaps coming up. What? Did I hit a tree? I thought we were clear. Oh. I must have hit a tree on my go-around. Okay, whatever. Not a big deal. Where's he going to put us? So that's the question. Where's he going to put... Why are we on the ground? Hang on. Hang on. Are we at the runway? Oh! Why does it bring us all the way back to there? What? Excuse me? This is weird. Normally, it did you from the last waypoint. I know the waypoints are saving because I saw the save icons. I don't have time to refly 24 minutes. What is going on here? Yeah, it started this over. Why did it start it? Oh. No, was it maybe because of the GPS? That doesn't make any sense because as I hit all these waypoints, it was clearly saving them because I had the save icon. I mean, in the olden days of these, you used to have to refly the leg if you crashed. But then it wasn't a problem because then what would happen is it would, come on, full power please. It would just resend you to the last waypoint, which is how it's been working. I'm getting my thing lined up here, and then we'll just autopilot. Why is autopilot engaged? What the heck is going on here? I think 5,000 feet will be good. Let's hit the heading bug. Let's do heading. Let's do autopilot. Let's do vertical speed. There. Why is heading going that way? I said heading. No, 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 no. Heading is over here. Heading. Well, I'm going to follow the heading bug. That's weird. Okay, well, I guess I got to refly this whole thing. So I'm going to refly the whole thing and hope to goodness I don't crash again because I know for a fact to save these waypoints because I saw the save icon. Well, that's annoying. Especially because that's not an easy landing with those trees. I'll just have to come in even slower, I guess. Like literally stall right before I come over the trees and drop like a rock and engage reversers. I couldn't get down because the reverser switch only works if you're solid on the ground. And I bounced, so it didn't engage reverser switch in time. So I have to hit like a rock so I can engage reversers and then stop. Well, that's annoying if I crash again. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to refly this leg, and I guess I'll see in half an hour. Alright, approaching the town. And have to find the runway again. I don't think it'll be so bad now that we kind of know what we're looking for. Isn't it right there in that mess of trees? I honestly can't remember now. Has to be in that mess of trees, right? Yeah, right there. Yeah, see, okay, I went off the runway and I drove around and there are no trees there. In fact, why don't we approach her from that side? Oh, yeah. Let's approach her from the other side, and then that way we can go low and slow over it, and then as soon as we clear these invisible objects that we crashed into, we can land. I also have my preset view so I can see if we engage reversers or not. So yeah, I don't know what I crashed into. I don't understand. We had plenty of space. I was going to do a go around and we should have been fine. So I don't know what says we hit. Anyway, we're going to come from the other side. Although both sides look kind of awful, don't they? Actually, maybe this was the better side.
500.
Because we have this little bit here. Otherwise, let's see. Flaps, flaps. I was thinking I'd come down in here. This whole area here. I think that's my plan. Anyway, let's head out here so we can make a U-turn. Well, can't see anything anyway. That's what I'm planning on doing. And again, I have reversers in my view now at the bottom of the screen. So I know if my reversers are engaged before I give a full throttle. Alright, think that's enough? That should be more than enough. We'll come down at stall. And then we'll hover over it with ground effects. As soon as those wheels are down, we'll engage reversers. But if we bounce and engage reversers, then it doesn't engage reversers and we take off again because I'm giving it full throttle. So anyway, let's not lose any altitude though. We won't be able to see up this hill. See, we're already lost track of where we are. See, we got too low. Where's the dang runway? Oh man, I lost it. How did I lose it? This was supposed to be a foolproof plan. And that's what happens when you're too low. You lose sight of everything. There it is. Oh my gosh, not even close. Oh, that's annoying. Are there two runways here? Oh, there's one there too. Wait a second. I don't have to... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We have options. I didn't notice those options.
500.
Look, there's another one this way. Well, let's take this one for crying out. Oh my gosh, look at that. Alright, let's go like this. Let's set heading bug. So we know. Oh yeah, that's going to be awesome. You see how long that approach was? Sweet. Alright. We're just going to fly out here for a little bit so we can see it from a distance. We have the runway heading set, and let's land like that. Alright, we'll make a U-turn. First we'll go to the left. So we can turn around and go to the right. We'll stay at this altitude so we can see it. And then we'll go low and slow. And then we'll land. And we'll wrap this up. Like I said, this has been like a 4.5 hour, almost a 5 hour video in the making for me. Even though it's not been that long for you, obviously. Alright, here we go. We should see the runway any second. Any second. Where are you? Where are you? I think that's it over here. Yeah, okay, here we go. Let's slow down. And again, reversers are in view. And this should be much better. Otherwise, we can come from the other side. No, there's trees there too. Trees there too. Anyway, low and slow. Don't clip any trees. Ooh, we're really slow though. Come here. A little bit of throttle. Don't sink on the trees. Stay clear of that tree wherever it is. And boom, there it is. Okay, wow. They really don't give you much space with those dang trees, do they? Level off. Perfect. Come on, stall. On the runway, on the runway. There we go. Reverses engaged. Brakes. Flaps in. And we should stop just in time. Oh, that was nuts. Is that going to count? It did. That was really difficult because that tree on the close end of the other end of the runway had to get over it. But we did it. Deep breath. Alrighty, subscribe so you know when the future legs drop, and like the video so people know we exist, and I'm going to recover from that. I don't know if it was dramatic for you to watch, but that landing was incredibly dramatic and stressful, but we did it. See you next time.